Looking a bit plastic, Winston.
See, Milk, remember what happened earlier on the bus?
Yeah.
So I was looking at our ADV video that we posted this morning.
Okay.
And I wanted to just check comments, so I opened it up. And everyone on the bus thought I was watching porn.
Yes. Were you watching porn?
No, I wasn't.
No, it was just an ad,
but,
wasn't it?
you know, because our region is set to China, we have to use VPNs, obviously, to get out. And the closest VPN I can get is either Japan or Taiwan.
In Korea sometimes.
Yeah, it's Korea. And I think I was connected to a Taiwanese server because what happened was there was a Taiwan streaming site.
Right.
Okay, and it was advertising some woman throwing cold water over herself, wearing a white top.
Right. Yeah, I did see that. She's
and,
like,
and she was like, like a porn. And everyone's like turned around like, what are you
I
doing?
saw them. They're like,
I was like, this is ridiculous. But I'm getting these streaming app ads like every time I turn on a YouTube video.
I noticed that, and it's weird because it's almost like a bubble, right? So much money was being made through. Should we start walking?
Yeah, let's go down there.
It looks pretty cool, yeah. So much money was being made through streaming sites, and it kind of slowed down for a while because at least here in China they started regulating it a lot.
Oh yeah, they started that thing. You're not allowed to eat bananas anymore on camera.
Right. And we did a video about that, right? Yeah. Then it slowed down, but now it's bigger than ever.
Yeah.
Now the reason it slowed down is because they instituted this thing where you have to register your national ID card so that they can come find you if you're doing anything illegal.
Right.
And it could be sexual in nature, it could be anti-government in nature, anything that they think is bad, like
Foreigners
morally.
are not allowed to stream anymore.
Unless you use a Chinese ID, but then you'll get caught, right? It's weird, it's a weird thing. Like it's up and down, you know, you never know if it's gonna be regulated or not.
Correct.
But something that ties into this is every time, and I do dabble, right? I don't stream myself, but I dabble in these apps, especially in these Chinese apps, which are quite funny.
Yeah.
And I will see some absolutely ridiculous stuff.
Winston, this literally, as I edit this girl has 60,000 people watching her eat chicken feet.
Yeah, it's kind of gross because what is she doing? She's eating chicken feet and spitting the bones out in a bag.
Yeah, and this is like the top thing right now.
Look, and I mean, let's be honest. There's something more to it than. Why would you want to see someone showing the contents of her mouth food, you know? It's.
She just said the chicken, in Chinese, she said the chicken foot smells rotten.
Okay.
So you're eating it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. I mean, what is wrong with all these people watching this? You know what I mean? Is this a turn on to them?
I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be. Why else would they be sitting here watching her like do this crap with her lips and
Enough.
You, my girl, are disgusting. Your parents never taught you any manners.
So I'll dabble in these apps and I'll see some of the most ridiculous stuff ever. There's a guy from northern China that like streams himself like diving into snow piles and swimming in icy water. You have people that do mukbang stuff, so they're just eating. You get this. There's this like kind of cute girl that does this these mukbangs. She'll get paid like $10,000 per one, where she just eats shit tons of food, right? But one thing I've noticed more and more of are just girls doing makeup.
Okay.
And they'll do makeup tutorials while they stream, and a lot of males will watch this, which is fine.
Of course, that's where all the money comes from.
For sure, but I think it's a bit weird because I don't want to see what a girl looks like before. You know what I mean? And now, the reason I'm bringing this up is the majority of girls that I do see doing makeup tutorials and things on these streaming sites are victims, I'm going to say victims because oftentimes it looks terrible, of plastic surgery. Plastic surgery in China is insane right now. It's so affordable that you'll see girls that are just completely destroying their appearance for very little money.
Well, there's a couple of interesting things here. Now, someone died from getting plastic surgery.
It happens, dude. It's very dangerous.
But they found it was actually an unlicensed doctor, well, not really a doctor, kind of like a nurse from China, to perform a breast augmentation surgery in a beauty clinic.
Right.
And if I'm getting it wrong, we'll put up the real article here. Someone died. But even funnier, over this national holiday.
Even funnier than someone dying.
Yeah, because that's not that funny, right?
No.
So even funnier than someone dying. Could be funny, strange.
Okay, yeah.
A bunch of tourists went to South Korea because everybody knows South Korea is like the world king at plastic surgery.
Sure.
And they thought, okay, we've got a little holiday, let's just go get some plastic surgery because it's cheap, right?
Right. And it's reliable.
So they went to South Korea, got a bunch of plastic surgery, and they weren't actually allowed back on the plane because they couldn't be identified.
Right.
Because they're all swollen up, and nobody,
Right.
like, they're looking at their passports and their ID cards, like, who are you?
They're like, no, you can't
yeah,
come
so
back.
you can't. Like, we're
Who
not
are
going to
you?
let you over the border because.
Right.
That's kind of funny, but it's so rife that people just kind of take little plastic surgery holidays.
Now, what you're doing is talking about the people that have the money to go abroad. You say it's
Yeah.
cheap in Korea. It's cheap in Korea compared to America or Europe.
Oh, sure. It's still-
However,
Yeah.
it is so popular now, and people are jealous, obviously, that other people can afford to go to Korea.
Yeah.
That clandestine shops along China have sprung up everywhere. And I think you'll mirror my sentiment here. If you walk around,
I'll mirror it. Anyway, sorry, yeah.
Um,
You're a mere mortal.
I'm a meerkat. If you walk through Shenzhen, you'll see beauty parlor ads everywhere, and
Yeah,
it's not like
Zhenrong says Zhenrong.
right. It's not to get your hair done. You might be confused. It's like a place you get your makeup done before a wedding or something.
Yeah,
That's not the case. What it actually is a plastic surgery place.
it's ridiculous.
And the thing is, and you know this about China, to open a pharmacy, right? Let's say I'm a Chinese dude. You actually don't need to have a pharmacist license
No.
here. You have to have a pharmacist in there with a pharmacist license, which is like a year in community college, right?
No, it's not even that. Like, my wife
a test,
being
right?
a doctor, she just had to go do a test. It took
Right.
her a week to prepare.
A week.
She did the test. Now
I say
now
that because
they
it
have-
should be.
Yeah, well, no, now they have a pharmacy license for the clinic, even though she admittedly just kind of got given the answers of the test.
That-
Basically, just go in there, do the test. Now you got the license.
That's so effed up.
Well, that's
can't even-
China.
Well, my point is, it's the same thing for plastic surgery. So
Yeah.
licensed doctors will often be the license holder,
Yeah.
but they'll have people in these plastic surgery places that do not have a license to do so.
No.
And you're talking about dangerous invasive surgery, right?
Sure.
Reconstructing bones. One of the most popular things to do right now for girls with stubby legs
Oh, is lengthen the legs?
is lengthen the legs, and that's incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, you know
people
how they-
die from that.
You know how they do that, right?
Right, yeah, they break
actually
the bones.
Break the bones. They separate it by a little bit because
Right.
obviously it has to be close.
Right.
And they have these like metal braces that hold,
Right.
actually drill into the
Right.
bones. It's pretty disgusting.
It's pretty awful.
And it holds the bones in place while they grow back together.
Right.
And then you can do it multiple times.
You can. So they get their legs lengthened, and it's dangerous.
It's disgusting.
It is. Oh, we're not here to judge. Well, actually, I'm going to judge. It's pretty horrible.
I can judge all I want.
My point is, yeah,
Call me Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd talking about lengthening of legs. Anyway, people get their legs lengthened, and there's an addiction now amongst Chinese people to go to these places that are paying 1,000 or 2,000 RMB to get nose jobs, eyelid reconstruction,
Yeah.
facial reconstruction,
That's
liposuction.
a huge thing, getting the double eyelids.
Right.
Jackie Chan had that done.
Yep. Liposuction is one of the most dangerous things. It's actually sucking the lipids out of your body, all
We
the
know
fat,
all about
right?
that.
So they're doing this at
Didn't
a
Americans
discount.
invent that?
Probably.
Yeah.
They need it the most, for sure. They're doing this at a discount, and it's becoming an incredibly dangerous addiction. And I've actually met people now that have done this, and they get addicted to it. It's an addictive thing, kind of like tattoos.
Yeah.
They're like, well, now this is off, and I see that I can correct this, and they just turn into absolute aliens.
I know, it's awful.
It's scary.
It kind of ties in, like you said, to the streaming thing. Streaming's becoming popular.
Right.
People are looking at those people as role models. They
For
look
sure.
at these, Korean K-pop stars.
Right.
And, like you've got these very androgynous, girly boy-looking
Right.
people and stuff. And
That's become like a type.
yeah, they call it Xiaoxian Ro.
Yeah, Xiaoxian Ro.
Means like little fresh meat.
Little fresh meat. little
Little fresh
pretty
meat.
boys.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what's becoming popular, and so people are going after it. And it's kind of bizarre when you see it firsthand, because I know at least where I come from, you don't really see that happen.
Right. Now, one of the most interesting things about this whole phenomenon that's happening right now, and the thing that the reason I wanted to bring this up was the polarization between China when I first got there versus now.
Yes.
What I see is a culture that was completely, I'm not going to say a level playing field, but you saw kids with the same uniforms on.
Yeah.
You saw, women that would go out without makeup on.
Yes.
You saw all of these people that were very modest in their appearance,
Yeah.
and that has done a complete 180 to the point where I'd say it's catching up with very vain societies like South Korea.
Yes.
And China has become, maybe in some ways, more vain of a place than anywhere I've ever been.
Oh, totally, man. The thing is, I got to China a couple of years before you did.
Sure.
People didn't wear makeup at all. Women didn't wear makeup because
No.
only prostitutes
Whores,
wore
yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
Tattoos, only prostitutes or gang members had tattoos. No, it's creeping in there.
I did that video about Chinese people doing, that's a vibey-ass restaurant. Look at that fish. That's so cool.
Yeah, I guess you would.
I did that video about tattoos in China. When I was at the tattoo parlor,
Yeah.
there were two girls getting tattoos that I asked them questions. And then afterwards I asked them, how old are you, right?
Yeah.
They were 15. They were 15 years old, and they weren't prostitutes. They were in their school uniforms.
Actually, that's another thing. I see they're starting to modify their school uniforms.
Yeah, I
like
see that. They hike them up.
shorter
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know, crop top type thing.
All of those things that we didn't see in the beginning, it kind of gave you the impression that young people and women in general were very innocent, wholesome, right? Very much not the case anymore. And now, with the prevalence of streaming and the prevalence of plastic surgery, it's just become rampant. It's crazy.
We do sound a bit like old men here talking.
No, it's not. It's not saying that this is going to be the detriment to the end of society, but it is to say that it's a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a big change.
It is. So anyway, that's pretty much what's happening here in China. Massive streaming, lots of plastic surgery, and frivolous stuff too.
For sure.
You know, you'll see people like the plastic surgery signs. They have pictures of eggs and stuff. You know,
Right.
they like have the egg facing this way.
Right.
This is you now. And
Right.
then they turn it upside down.
They turn it upside down.
This can be you. You know,
After
plastic surgery, and then I love it because you got to I've go to this place with my wife to get a massage, and they have these before and after pictures because that's a beauty salon. But dude, oh, it's so gross. I went there the other day just to get a massage.
Yeah.
We went upstairs to the massage rooms, and they had like these IV bags,
Right.
full of blood and stuff that had been
Right.
drained out
Doing
of people.
facelifts, right?
Yeah, doing all sorts of. It's disgusting. It made turn my stomach.
It is
and
gross.
Then next to you see all those before and after pictures, and you see like a really ugly girl. They've taken very unflattering light with like pimples, and then next to it's like a plastic doll. You know.
Well, Winston, your example is flawless because you went to a massage parlor that was doing invasive surgery.
Yes, I know.
That's not correct.
It's not correct. Anyway.
Now, I want to end this by saying that it's never been more important in China to be good looking. It's incredibly important right now.
Oh yeah.
Tissue.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tesla tissue. Anyway, so that's about it.
So, anything you want to say to our subscribers before we sign off?
Whether you're en naturel like me, I'm not happy with my nose.
Why not?
It's just massive, right? And I'm mistaken for many different things. A lot of people ask me if I'm Jewish and stuff. Not that has anything to do with it, or that there's anything wrong with it. Boy, dude. I think I can put that in there. Anyway,
What?
that's true. I'm happy with my appearance. I think I don't need to modify it, But growing up as a young person in China, I feel like a lot of people can be influenced in very negative ways right now.
Yeah, you have to also understand that China's a very monoculture, and
For sure.
people like to be like everyone else.
If you stand out, no.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see how that could be an issue.
For sure. Anyway, whether you're one of those people that likes to be natural or unmodified, or someone that likes to, drop yourself low, put in a turbo, mod yourself up.
I gotta tell one little story before we finish here, right? Because although China is open to things like plastic surgery, they're still very closed to the Western sort of body modification stuff.
Yes.
I have a subscriber who came to teach. So anyway, he came to China and he turned up for his job interview, and they said, "You look like Gollum." That's what they said to him. They said, "We're not giving you because they're very direct and rude in China." Well,
They are.
And they basically said, "We're not hiring you. You look like Gollum," because he had flesh tunnels.
Wow.
And,
Fair enough.
like tattoos and stuff.
He's trying to teach.
Anyway, after he got rid of his flesh tunnels, it must look awful. Don't know what do you do with that?
Gaping holes.
Yeah. Anyway, the thing is, he got rid of those. He got rid of his piercings because he had nose and eyebrow piercings. Got rid of that stuff, covered up his tattoos. Then he got a job straight away. But they literally said he looks like Gollum.
That's hilarious. Well, whether you're Gollum or not, we implore you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely. So anyway, guys, that's it for this topic. We will see you next time. We're going to go grab a beer. So if you're sitting there and you've been wondering what you're going to do with your evening or your day, how about you go grab yourself a drink?
Now that's some inspiration.
Absolutely. See you next time and stay awesome.
Does your computer have a
Hosting